We were the bunch that started up during COVID. Well, one of the stories that outstood for me during online, they told us to submit it was an exam. So they told us submit online by email. So when we go back to school, they tell one of my friends to stand up. And then I'm like, was this the best person in class? Why are they telling her to stand up? And they ask her for her name. I won't mention her name, but she knows. She stands up and then she asks her, how did you submit your work? And then she's like, I submitted online. So a lecturer says that this lady, who is now a counsel, went to the email and literally typed the coursework in the email.
Yeah man, I'm a VIP.
What's good, VIPs? Like I told you, it's the second phase of this podcast and you already know that I'm here to deliver. So if you haven't subscribed, turned on your notification button, please do so because it helps me to know that you are watching and motivates me. So make sure that you turn on the notification button so that every time I drop a banger, you are the first person to watch it and be able to learn something from it. Before we jump into today's episode, I have a drink recommendation. If you haven't tried Dark Blue Malt Vitamin Energy Drink, come on, you're missing something. Make sure you try it and let me know in the comment section. So my VIPs today, I have a very special guest who is an outstanding lawyer, but I will let her introduce herself.
My name is Jennifer Chomgasho Murangira, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And last weekend was actually your graduation, and graduation is such a huge milestone to achieve. How did you feel when you finally crossed the stage?
Well, by God's grace, I'm a graduate. A law graduate.
Yeah.
So part of my names now is the degree holder. Yes. Counsel. Yes. So I'm so happy that God has given me the opportunity to graduate. I don't take it for granted. And the fact that I finished it from UCU is also a big milestone, having it as the best university in Uganda to me.
It's like you have some special experiences that you lived, like something that you got from UCU. What's that you feel like you're going to miss? Yeah.
Well, UCU has been a ride. 4 years hasn't been an easy one.
Yeah.
Having that we were the bunch that started up during COVID. So literally our whole first year was during COVID. So in people that are really experienced in dealing with online classes, I am happy to state that I'm one of them. Because had I not attended those classes, I would not be sitting here right now. So it's been interesting, rough, nice, so many experiences that I can't all finish. It's really interesting. I'm trying to pick out stories to tell you guys.
Yeah, give us some.
Well, one of the stories that outstood for me during online was that they told us to submit our
coursework or
it was an exam. So they told us submit online by email.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, so we all do our coursework. So when we go back to school, they tell one of my friends to stand up. And then I'm like, was this the best person in class? Why are they telling her to stand up? And they ask her for her name. I won't mention her name, but she knows. Yes, so she stands up and the lecturer looks at her, asks her for her name, and then she states the name. And then she asked her, how did you submit your work? And then she's like, I submitted online. So the lecturer says that this lady, who is now a counsel, went to the email and literally typed the coursework in the email. Yes. God. So she typed the work. You can imagine opening an email and you just find words. So instead of transferring like a PDF into the email, she typed the whole coursework on the email. So that was really one of the craziest stories that I had. It was really funny. The whole class laughed. She also laughed. She couldn't be angry.
Like she wasn't well conversed with using like these online things.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We didn't know anything. We're just from what? From high school.
High school,
yes.
yeah.
So we reached and then they're telling us submit by email. I don't know how for me I managed to think of that.
So she submitted, like she typed the entire work.
Yes, she typed the entire work from the university name to her access number, everything in the email.
Okay.
So she really outstood. The lecturer laughed, and by God's grace, they gave us another chance to submit the work again.
And she was told on how to submit properly.
Yes.
So apart from the academic, apart from that example that is class-based, which other experience can you tell us? Something that is outside like class.
Okay. I've had many experiences at school.
Yeah.
I remember again, it was now second year. We now went to school. So I'm trying to find my way around the university. I didn't have any I didn't have any relatives to show me around. So we are being sent for statutes. I didn't know what a statute was. We are being sent maybe for reading lists. I didn't know what those were. This is now second year.
Yeah. Because you had your first year online.
So ideally what I should be learning in first year, I'm now learning in second year. I don't even know the map of the school. So they send us for statutes, said give us 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes you have to be back in class. Don't I get lost?
You entered don't tell me that you entered
I entered the canteen and I asked them to print for me where we eat from. I asked them to print for me. I told them this is where they told me to print from. They keep directing me and I literally keep getting lost. Remember, everyone is panicking.
Yeah.
We don't want to be chased. We feel like if they chase us, we are going to leave university and be a loss.
Yeah.
Yes, so it was really crazy and funny at the same time. In as much as, yes, we had those challenges, they built us into the people that we are. Another interesting thing is that, remember, it was online, like in first year. So first year, that's COVID. You know how home was, chores, everyone is home, all the siblings are home. I happen to be a firstborn, so you know the challenges that come with that. So I literally used to clean while attending class.
How did you?
I move with my phone. I put it in loudspeaker. I extend the phone. Maybe I clean. I move again. I go and pick the phone. Again, I come back and I clean. So you scrub saucepans while listening to class. And then by coincidence, they say, yes, Chomgasho, what do you think about this view? And then I'm like, I don't know where to start from. So those are really one of the experiences that I had. I had to cook while listening to class, but I still maneuvered and I brought the degree back home. So I really thank the Lord.
Congratulations. Actually, let's have the cheers for that right there.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
so last time there is a video that was making rounds. The guy was making a graduation speech, and he was like, I want to thank my parents, but also I want to thank ChatGPT for being there for me. Your relationship been like using like AI tools like ChatGPT, something like that. Didn't you get assisted by that? Okay.
I'm sure we've all had that video on our phones and it's really been funny. And because of that video, ChatGPT has also been good but also not so good because they removed coursework and now we do tests. Okay, we used to do tests because of the continuous use of AI. But AI really helped me. Thank you, AI.
As a law student, but it's like AI doesn't give like references, yet law students are always required to be good at getting the source for their work.
Now you see the reason as to why most people don't want students to use AI is because it makes someone lazy. But now when you find someone who knows the law and maybe they have read, AI just makes it a bit simpler for you.
Yeah.
For example, I'm going to give a scenario when I was doing my sports law coursework. We were given an assignment to review the whole sports statutes. Okay, for now it's one in Uganda, but with the Sports Law Act. Yes, we were told, the National Sports Law Act, we were told to review it, give the shortcomings in it, give maybe the advantages and all that.
How it can be improved.
Yes. So, me and my group, we went to AI. At first, it still didn't give the answers. So now when you find someone who doesn't know that these are not the correct answers, they fail. But once you have also tried to maybe read the act, try to also research, you get to know that, yes, I'm using AI, but it's giving me correct information. So we're able to use it and we would have points and then we use it to just expand the explanation, not picking all the information from AI. So you would find maybe the explanation, you say, make it more interesting, make it more, you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So we used AI in that way and it was really helpful. I also used it in my French exam, which came last minute. So I typed my whole, it was a story about your law school. Yes. So I typed everything and then I just told AI put for me in French and
translate.
Yes. So if I hadn't put in my own effort, I would not have got the marks. So you have to put in more effort and then AI just comes in to polish. To polish for you so that you can have like a better text or the grammar, the way someone when they're reading their reaction towards your presentation. Yes, otherwise, but it doesn't give you section this of this act did this and this. Yes.
As a lawyer, do you think it's very crucial for individuals who didn't go and do law that they should go and actually do like a short course to know like about the law?
Okay, as a lawyer, my view on that is yes, but also no. It's not practicable for someone to finish business or maybe engineering, medicine, and then they're like, I want a short course on law so that I know my rights. That's why we are here. That's why we have finished school.
That's why the lawyers are.
That's why yes, that's our purpose. Yes, it's good for someone to research and know at least a few things, yes, but maybe now like contracts or things that are really crucial, you need a person who has expertise in that. So that's why we are here to help the people. Yes,
should bring the jobs.
Should give us the jobs. We are fresh. We are
fresh from campus.
We are fresh from campus.
Yeah.
And to compare before and now, before maybe the previous years, knowledge about the law was really limited. But these days, you can't kufera someone in broad daylight. At least they tell you I have a right to this, even when they are lying. So they scare you away, yet they're actually lying.
They don't know anything.
Yes, there are platforms that have really given people knowledge about some things. Twitter has really done a lot. And
those spaces, Twitter spaces.
Yeah, there are people on TikTok who actually teach the law.
Yeah.
So it's more accessible. So going to learn a law course is really not so relevant to me.
The fact that the lawyers are already
around. Are here, we have finished school. Yes, so, yeah.
You have talked about contracts and I've got a thought. Last time, yes, ETANIA wasn't bounced from NRG radio, but there was a letter that was circulating and it had a phrase that she's prohibited from working for a competition. That means that is because of the contract that maybe she had entered into. And very many rising stars have been affected by these big companies trying to sign them. And then at the end of it all, they are affected by those contracts. Because even when you look back, Kiss Daniel, who is currently called Kiss Daniel, because of the bad contract that he had signed with G World, they stopped him from using the name Kiss Daniel. and now he uses Kiss Daniel. How do you advise these rising stars who are wanted by these big companies to promote their products? How can they enter into these nice contracts that won't affect them?
Okay, thank you so much. My view as a lawyer on such contracts is, first of all, I would like to state that those are NDAs, the phrase as NDAs. Those are non-disclosure agreements.
Yeah.
So most times such agreements are signed or are done by uprising companies.
Yeah.
So if you're to look at NRG, it's upcoming.
Yeah,
it's just started.
That's right.
Yes. So it's like when you're cooking at home and you finally find the right recipe for chicken.
Yeah.
You don't want someone else to take the credit,
To disclose.
to get the credit for the recipe. So it's not like how NRG is really doing well and they're upcoming.
Yeah.
Yes. So the should I call them the tricks or the way that they do their things are the reasons as to why they make someone sign a non-disclosure agreement. So this agreement varies. And what you're saying that musicians or celebrities, rising stars being affected by such things is because of their lack of accessibility, maybe to knowledge in regards to that. That's what makes them sign bad contracts. But now these NDAs, even though I just open up a company right now, I would also make someone sign one.
Like
because
Coca-Cola, I don't think they can allow the person.
even KFC, all companies. And this is basically because they want to keep their competitors not in the know of the things that they do in. So for example, if Coca-Cola releases the recipe, Pepsi will now be on the same pace. Maybe there are these small drinks that try to copy Coca-Cola. Yes, those ones. And those also super deep. They also try to copy the recipe. So once someone signs up for maybe to work in a company, they have to sign that NDA. And now the liability is on them to get a qualified person, a lawyer like us, okay, like me, to help them go through the contract. Because most times the tricks that these companies do is that they make the agreement or the contract big. So it frustrates someone to read and then they just sign. Yes. So now the things that, someone should also look out for maybe before contacting someone like me is that they should look at the time duration. That yes, if I finish maybe working with NRG, how long am I going to take before I can be able to maybe work in Capital FM? So it should be a reasonable time for someone to be like, yes, 1 year is painful, but it's favorable. But now there are some contracts where there are 20 years, 15 years, when you're not working in the field that you wanted or that you have passion for. So people should really look out for such things and also make sure you have a lawyer to go through that contract before you sign it. Because once you sign it, you're bound. You're really bound by, yes, and once maybe you're terminated, that is it. Now, for example, for celebrities, what makes these cases many, you've talked about Kiss Daniel. There is also an example of Megan Thee Stallion in 2018. She was also in such a situation. Yes, bad contract. So she ends up signing for a contract and taking 40% of the earnings. So really, a person who
goes
to the producers, and the record labels, So you find that someone doesn't open their eyes and they say, I want to sign such a bad contract, but because they are young, they are desperate, someone feels like this is my time to shine. So contracts they sign, and like that excitement makes you fall in a bad place. Yes, so you find that after that, now like Kiss Daniel, he realized at the end that maybe he's not earning as much as he would because of the bad contract that he signed maybe when he was young or when he didn't have knowledge about the law.
A lot of exposure.
Yes, so what I really urge people is to contact us.
The
Make us
lawyers.
useful. Yes. So that you don't land yourself in something that you're going, because there are some contracts that's actually for life. That as long as you're a musician, whatever money you make, we shall be taking this and this amount. So you adamantly sign and you start singing. You look for the earnings coming out of what you've done, of your hard work, but you don't see because of something that you did adamantly. Yeah, because of lack of knowledge. So these producers who have maybe taken a lot of time in such fields, they take advantage of these upcoming musicians.
The rising stars.
Yeah, the upcomings. Yes. So I really urge people to at least contact consultation.
Someone has some knowledge about that field.
Yes, because that moment is a desperate moment. Someone doesn't think, they just want to
sign and get the money
and start singing, start performing, start, shining. Yes, yet it's really not that easy. There are some criteria you're supposed to follow.
Now that you have already graduated, the 4 years are down, what are your expectations for LDC? Because we have all heard that LDC is a very tricky place. You're going to come when you're thick, fresh, and then in the middle, you have already lost the weight. You always look like you're stressed. So what are your expectations for LDC? What should we expect if I'm to meet you at LDC? Which Jennifer should I expect?
Well, the Jennifer I should expect is the one sitting in front of you. Yes, because the God that took me through law school is not going to fail 9 months, really, even logically. The reason as to why I think most people have those phrases and comments about LDC is because of the frustration or the way of thinking that they enter with. Bambi, if I'm underplaying it, someone should forgive me. But that's what I think.
But this world needs like tough people. If something is very tough, you have to approach it in a very tough way.
Yeah. So if I enter LDC with an open mind, I know yes, it's going to be challenging, but that's why I'm also going for it. If it was not challenging, then
you wouldn't
go for it. So I'm going for it because of what it is. It's 9 months. I'm going to go. I do what is necessary. And you just have to play your cards well. Know that some things are priorities. Some things you're going to do them maybe after the 9 months, really. You're going to have a whole lifetime to do some things. So
the way you're trying to state it, it's like you want to first chill the lifestyle and then you first be a bookworm. Not
necessarily being a bookworm, but also work without play makes Jack a dull boy, really. So amidst the books, of course I'm going to have some times when I'll have my leisure, but not over what?
Concentrate like one side, one-sided.
Yes, so like you're supposed to balance. But I think also life is about balancing. You're supposed to balance school and also
the lifestyle.
Yes, the lifestyle and whatever.
Try to have some fun.
Yes. If you want to sleep now. We still have 1 more month to sleep the whole of August and maybe some weeks here. So when you go, you really know that I've gone to do this. This is 9 months. After that, I'm going to be cancel. I'm going to be.
What is the difference? Actually, very many people confuse people who have finished 4 years, they have gotten the degree, and then the people who have graduated from LDC. What's the difference there?
Okay, I'm going to teach some small something. Yes.
For free.
Yes, free of charge, without legal fees for now. So I'm going to differentiate 4 words. I'm going to differentiate lawyer, advocate, graduand, and graduate. There's a difference between a graduand and a graduate. If you're to see my pictures of my graduation day, my gown had graduand. But once they read my name on the list, Chomgasho Jennifer, I immediately became a graduate.
Oh.
So that time between when you finished
Before
your
they
exams,
have not yet confirmed.
yes, before you finished your exams until that day, before they read your name, you are graduand. Yes, but now I'm a graduate. Yes, because I graduated.
They confirmed your name
Yes.
to be on the list.
Yes. Now after graduating, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yes, not a law student, not an advocate, but I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yes. So now, after I finish the 9 months of LDC, I'm going to be an advocate. I can be able to go and represent someone in court. But for
So
now,
someone who is a lawyer right now can't go and represent someone in court.
no. They can only give legal advice and maybe help people in contracts that I talked about. Yes, give advice on
Registration
contracts.
of the companies.
All those things. You just can't represent someone in court.
Okay.
So the distance between me and court is the 9 months of LDC.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's the free of charge information that I've given.
Then the advocate is someone who has finished their LDC.
Yes.
Okay, that was interesting. So let's come to the end of the episode. However short it is, but people know that this podcast is here for, yes, entertainment, but someone who watches it to the end, they must be able to pick something.
Yes.
So it was nice having you. It was nice creating some time with our lawyer. And I hope that these people actually try to follow up these such people. Like the people who are coming for the world, by the way.
We are coming for you.
She has already talked about it. People are coming for the world.
Yeah. Yes, so I'm really grateful for having this time to share my few views that I've had an opportunity to. And really thankful to the Lord that I'm also here.
So as a lawyer who has graduated, what is your advice to these young people who are starting the journey of 4 years? There is also medicine. There are other courses. Everyone who is just joining their campus right now. What is your advice? Because as a lawyer, you have already, like, the journey was long, yeah? So what is your advice for these people who are coming in for campus and all that?
All right, my advice to the freshers or the people who are already in the middle, second year, third year, I really advise them to put in effort.
Yeah.
Yes, as much as it seems like it's a funny maybe statement or obvious, when you sit back after the 4 years and maybe you're sitting in my seat, you'll be like, why didn't I should have put in more effort in cyber law.
Yeah.
Or the distance between me and me getting maybe a 4.5 and a 3.5 in maybe land law was this.
Yeah.
Why didn't I
put in some
yes.
effort?
So I really urge people to put in your all. When you put in your all, once you sit back, you're like, I did everything that I could. But that constant regret inside you haunts you.
Because of not putting in an effort.
Yes. Sometimes your final GPA can be 3.5999.
Yeah.
And on your certificate, they don't change it to 4. It remains like that. So you'll be like, of that 1.5 or 0.1. Yes. So it really pains when you sit back and you're like, I wish I attended this class.
Yeah.
I wish I did this. I wish I did this. So I urge everyone to, whatever stage, put in your all, and then the rest you be like, even though I did my best, and that was it.
Yeah.
Another thing I would say is there is nothing that is nice that is easy. Even people who want babes, the babes who they want don't want them.
Babes.
The ones who want them, they don't want them. So really, there is nothing that
comes in
that
an
comes
easy way.
yes, easy come, easy go. Really.
Yeah.
So, my generation, the Gen Z, yes, we want easy things. Yes, they feel nice, easy, free money, whatever. But when you put in effort for something, you feel it. Even when you like appearing, you feel
the confidence,
the zeal, like when you're submitting or when you're charging someone 50M, you say yes. Like I worked for this. Yes, I did this. So cash out. Yes. So we should really learn to put in effort. Enough effort. I be telling my cousins who are also left at UCU. Like do your all.
How about
put
people
in your
who need connections for those cousins? People need connections. Yes, people like serious things, but then those who connect are necessary.
But you also social capital maybe, yes. But now connections out of bounds. But then you actually need social capital. Because when you finish school, now let's say I'm going to go to LDC and maybe I'm posted in a campus which I don't have anyone from UCU. So if you find that you're not a social person, you're going to find it challenging. You start practicing, how am I going to talk to this person? Like inside your heart, you're tense, and then this person feels you're fake, and that's how you fail LDC, because LDC is about discussions and all that. So yes, I know easy things are nice, but once you put in the hard work, it pays off. Doing extracurricular activities as well. Yes, when you learn how to speak, you don't go to court and start stammering. Cancel 5 years. You're now stammering. You're sweating. Some judges tell you, cancel, please. Yes. On the side, please freshen up and then come back and proceed. Even when they call you to proceed, you still can't proceed.
Already lost the composure.
Exactly. So you really need to try out your other skills, the soft skills, public speech.
Moot competitions.
Yes. And I don't think it's only for law, but generally, a person who is social can never fail in this country. At least we know that. At least you know someone who is a gamba, no really. Yes. So that's a small advice that I would give someone. Thank you so much for having me, Bliss, on the V.I.P podcast. I don't know if I'm now the V.I.P or the people watching are the V.I.P.
Everyone, as long as you follow up, the people who sit next to me, they are in the VIP class already. And if you're watching, that means that you are already a VIP, okay? You are already, because you're chasing something that is of that setting, that VIP setting. So you are a VIP, but then you are as well addressing like VIPs.
Okay, I'm really grateful to have an opportunity to be on this podcast. Thank you so much. And it's really been fruitful. In as much as I talked, I've also learned a thing or two. And I've also been following up on the previous podcasts, really, because I'm also a VIP. So thank you so much for having me. Till next time.
Yeah, man, I'm a VIP.